Good evening and welcome to KiniNews. I'm your host Camelia. Past Vice President Idris Ahmad has rubbished the contents of the so-called leaked document which had been attributed to the party.
PAS has never discussed the contents which were mentioned in a leaked document attributed to the party. This is according to its Vice President Idris Ahmad.
Saya mimpin tertinggi. Nombor tiga. Satu level. Saya nombor satu, nombor dua Ahmad, nombor tiga Dr. Samsuri, naik presiden. Kami mesyuarat. Tak pernah bincang bab-bab tu.
He said that the so-called leak was just meant to call attention to news that no one would read. Idris added it also sought to divide Malay parties in Muafakat Nasional and Perikatan Nasional. The leaked document is a purported summary of meetings between past Vice President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi and Secretary General Takiyuddin Hassan with the other political figures from Bersatu, Pejuang and UMNO between March 24 and April 7. Samsuri, one of the two leaders involved, had admitted to the meeting, but described the leaked document as rubbish. Perikatan Nasional Secretary General Hamzah Zainuddin, who was also named in the document, had rubbished it as well. He said he had never done the things as claimed in the documents. Past President Abdul Hadi Awang had also dismissed it in a press conference today.
Apart from PAS and PN, others have also come out to deny claims in the document. This includes the Federal Court Chief Registrar's Office.
The Federal Court Chief Registrar's Office has lodged a police report to deny allegations of conspiracy and collusion in the cases of Najib Abdul Razak and Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. In a statement, the office said that the Chief Justice has never communicated with or has been contacted by any political leader linked to the cases. They added that the ongoing cases in court shall proceed in accordance with the law without any intervention by the Chief Justice or any other person, and claimed that those responsible for making and disseminating such allegations were trying to tarnish the image of the court and cause the public to lose faith in the judiciary. They said the allegations were made in an attempt to subvert the administration of justice in the pending trial cases against Najib and Zahid. The office said this in response to a Facebook post by UMNO veteran Idris Ahmad, who had shared a purported leaked document that summarized meetings between two past leaders and other party leaders. According to the document, a politician told the past leaders that the Attorney General and Chief Justice has agreed to expedite the case and sentencing of Zahid and Najib's court proceedings. Shahrir had voiced concern over the claims in the document, saying that if the allegations are true, then it shows that the judiciary system has broken. Malaysia Kini has contacted the Attorney General's chambers as well as other individuals named in the document for their response. Earlier this week, past Vice President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, who was one of those mentioned in the document, had admitted to meeting some of the people named in the conspiracy, but said the document itself was rubbish.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob said there is no certainty if the so-called PAS leaks document is real.
PAS leak?
Dokumen what?
PAS leak.
Kita pun tak tahu dokumen tu betul ke tak betul ke, saya tak.
This was the reply from Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob when quizzed on the so-called PAS leaks document. His comments came amid a push from leaders in UMNO for clarification on the document, which allegedly revealed the conspiracy against the party. The document is a summary of meetings between past Vice President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi and past Secretary General Takiyuddin Hassan with other political figures from Bersatu, Pejuang and UMNO between March 24th and April 7th. Among others, there were claims that Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin had told the past leaders that the Attorney General and Chief Justice had agreed to expedite the case and sentencing of UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi's and former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak's court case. It also discussed Ismail Sabri's future as Prime Minister. Samsuri has since then admitted to meeting some of the people named in the conspiracy, but said the document itself was rubbish. The judiciary has also denied colluding to expedite Zahid and Najib's cases.
UMNO Vice President Khalid Nordin was one of those who had sought clarification over the PAS leaks document. He called for UMNO leaders mentioned in the document to come clean on the matter.
UMNO Vice President Muhammad Khalid Nordin has called on UMNO leaders named in the so-called leaked past political intelligence report to come clean and speak up on the issue. He said, if they keep quiet, it raises more questions and urged them to explain the purpose of their meetings with PAS. Khalid added that he would not be surprised if PAS was plotting against UMNO, given their behavior in recent years. The alleged document had summarized meetings conducted by two PAS leaders who visited leaders in Bersatu, Pejuang, and UMNO. Based on the document, UMNO was heavily discussed during the meetings, including the criminal trials faced by its leaders, among others. PAS Vice President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, one of the two leaders mentioned in the documents, had admitted that meetings with political leaders did take place. However, he denied the contents of the documents. According to the document, Samsuri was part of a PAS delegation that met a prominent UMNO MP and a senator on April 6. Malaysia Kini has contacted the individuals named in the document for their response.
PAS President Abdul Hadi Awang said his party will maintain its cooperation with Perikatan Nasional and will not join Pakatan Harapan's Big Tent to face the upcoming 15th general election.
PAS President Abdul Hadi Awang said that the Islamic Party will not join Pakatan Harapan's Big Tent to face the upcoming 15th general election.
Kita dah kerjasama 20 tahun lebih dah. Cukuplah masa tu. Ya.
He added that the party will continue to strengthen its current cooperation with Perikatan Nasional and the present government. On April 18th, PAS had said that they would reject any proposal to work with opposition parties in the next general elections, especially from Pakatan Harapan. PAS Secretary General Taqiyuddin Hassan had said this in a statement following calls for all parties outside of BN to work together. Earlier this week, Amanah Deputy President Salahuddin Ayub has called on Pakatan Harapan leaders to be open to discussions with all opposition parties under the Big Tent concept for GE15. This included PAS and Bersatu. Meanwhile, Harapan chairperson Anwar Ibrahim had said that the coalition was not going to close its doors to other political parties who want to negotiate, so long as they follow Harapan's agenda. However, he said the priority now is to strengthen Pakatan Harapan.
A regional NGO has called for the Home Ministry's intervention to bring death row inmate Nagentran K. Dharmalingam back to Malaysia.
A regional non-governmental organization submitted a memorandum to the Home Ministry today, calling on them to intervene and bring death row inmate Nagentran K. Dharmalingam back to Malaysia. This was in a final bid to save him from execution next Wednesday in Singapore. Anti-Death Penalty Asia Network called on the Home Ministry to engage with its Singaporean counterpart for the prisoner transfer process on humanitarian grounds. Its executive coordinator, Dobby Chu, said that this is the last attempt where it is no longer about the legal process or a clemency appeal but a diplomatic process that the government can take.
So it's one of those few things that's usually just diplomatic policy between countries, so there's no fixed law per se, but each country usually will have their own laws stipulating how this process takes place. Like ours is under the 2012 Act, Akta Permintaan Bantuan Antarabangsa. The conditions there are quite clear. Usually the prisoner have to be a certain sentence and how long they have to serve the sentence and things like that.
Nagentran, a 33-year-old Malaysian, has been on death row for more than a decade for trafficking about 42.7 grams of heroin into Singapore, which has some of the world's toughest narcotics laws. His lawyers say he has a mild intellectual disability due to his lower than average IQ of 69.
Bukit Aman has clarified that the police will continue to issue compounds if any party violates the SOP. This includes those who fail to wear a face mask in public.
Bukit Aman has denied that the police will not issue summons for those who fail to wear a face mask in public. This came after a copy of a federal police circular ordering all officers to cease issuing compounds against those who do not wear their face masks went viral on social media. According to the circular, police officers were instead required to advise offenders to put on a face mask. However, when contacted, Bukit Aman Management Department Director Zaini Jas told Malaysia Kini that the circular had been withdrawn. He said police are still continuing with enforcement against non-compliance of COVID-19 SOPs. In a statement issued later, Bukit Aman emphasized that the mask mandate is still in force during the transition to endemic phase that began on April 1st. They said the police will continue to issue compounds if any party violates the SOP under the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Act 1988.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.